Hello there guys, welcome back to Younes Talks Football, welcome back to a brand new video. I hope all of you are doing well today. So Chelsea had their first pre-season friendly. Yes, and for all the folks in the United States, you got to watch it at a normal time. For all the folks over in Asia, I think you got to watch it at a normal time because we didn't, therefore everyone else does. 3 a.m. for here. And yeah, in the end, Chelsea managed to get a win. But I do want to stress this, okay? I want to stress this because I've seen two sides of the coin here. I've seen some Chelsea fans after the game this morning all saying, we've won. Fantastic. This is amazing. Yeah, but we look immense. And then I've seen some other people go, that was pretty flat, poor. Oh my God, why did I wake up for this? Oh, this is a shambles. You have to understand, all right? With pre-season, results don't mean a thing. They don't. Pre-season is there purely for fitness. And as frustrating as it is as a fan to watch a game like Chelsea Club America and you expect a 5-0 scoreline, you just do, right? You can't. That's the truth. You can't. As much as we do expect it, the reality is you shouldn't and you can't. Because it's not the aim to go and try and destroy Club America 5-0. It's not. The aim is obviously, yes, we want to win the game, but the true aim is to try and monitor everyone's match fitness and to see exactly where everyone is. That way they can use that information into the drills and the training ready for the next preseason game. That way, through that rhythm, by the end of preseason, everyone will be ready for the new season. That is all it's about. So there shouldn't be criticism. There shouldn't be over-jubilation. Oh my God, this guy is going to rip it next season. No. Because if that was the case, Ross Barkley, who turned into Zidane last pre-season, would have ended up as player of the season. But he didn't. This is the thing. But at the same time, any player that we saw yesterday who wasn't quite up to scratch, that's okay. That's what pre-season's for. So I want to stress that with everyone first. Before we get into what went down last night, take everything with a pinch of salt. It's all about fitness. So whether you're really happy or you're really peed off, don't be. Don't be. Anyway, we started off with a lineup of this 11. There weren't any of the new signings. They were there. They were watching, but they didn't feature, which was expected. But here's how we lined up to start off with. And then in the second half, we changed all 11 men. So starting off, it was Kepa, Trevor Chalobah, Thiago Silva, Malang Sarr, Hudson-Odoi, Barkley, Gallagher, Chilwell, Ziyech, Kai Havertz, and Kennedy. And that is a side where you look at it and think, you know what, it's half strong and half weak. To an extent, there are some good names there, like Chalobah, Thiago Silva. You could even stick Hudson-Odoi in there, Chilwell, Ziyech, Havertz, and then you have the others. Barkley doesn't normally play. Sarr, kind of second string. Gallagher, new to the side. Welcome, Conor Gallagher. Fantastic. And, Kennedy, those ones, Kepa, second choice keeper. So it's a bit of a mix. And again, that's expected because you want to try and use some of your first team players with some of the lads that are not to try and compare and see the levels. And you do the same in the second half in terms of trying to see it, monitor the levels of the players you don't normally play and where they are. So that was a good way to start. We went through that entire half 0-0. And what quite a lot of people said was quite underwhelming and quite flat and really not much to it. But second half, we shifted everything. We went with this lineup in the second half, starting Bettinelli in goal, so no Edouard Mendy, Reece James, Azpilicueta and Ampadu, Emerson and Alonso completing that back three with the two wing-backs, Mason Mount, Jorginho, Pulisic, Batshuayi and Timo Werner. And this is where everything started firing off, right? This is where... So, funnily enough, we had Timo Werner give us the lead through a nicely worked goal. The finish, fair enough. You have to just say fair enough. Wasn't the best finish in the world, but let me show you. So this is Timo Werner opening the lead for Chelsea. We had the ball central, shifted over to the right-hand side. Reece James tucks it back in, little dummy. Timo Werner hits it, backs out to him, and he slots it in on the second chance to make it 1-0 for Chelsea. So that's how the first goal went. Nicely worked goal, you can say. Decent. But then we had a bit of a howler. And I've seen a lot of criticism from Liverpool fans. Oh, Trent wouldn't have done that. Relax, right? It's actually nice that we're seeing Liverpool fans monitoring Chelsea at 4:30 in the morning, right? Just to see Reece James make a little bit of a mistake. That's very cute. But this is how Reece James and Bettinelli had a little bit of a mix-up. So we had Reece James pass the ball back and it's just gone in. Now, there is blame for Reece James here because he didn't pass it out wide, but there is still blame for Bettinelli because, my goodness, his reaction was poor. If we take another look at it and I rewind this for you, you look at this. Reece James, you expect Bettinelli to be able to make that. You do. But Reece James should not be passing to the goal. He should be passing a little bit wider. That's how it should always be. But I think Bettinelli was a bit too far wide. You should be like just on the outside of your post. He was probably about, half a metre away from his post, and Reece James has literally passed it into the net, so the time for him to try and recuperate that is impossible. And he's slow enough, and he missed his kick and all sorts. So, look, a bit of a howler, but it is what it is. Then we had Mason Mount step up. Mason Mount, fair play to the kid, because this was a banging goal. Mason Mount to win it for Chelsea. This was it. Ball put central, Mason Mount, little bit of a dummy, hits it. Great finish. Absolutely great finish. That was immaculate. And now this is where I'm saying, for the people getting carried away, oh my God, we won 2-1, absolute worldie. No, I'm very happy, but cool. Now let's go into the next game. It's pre-season. You can't look into the detail, but in terms of his individual quality there, Mason Mount, fantastic goal. Beautiful. So what he done, shooting from outside the box in that manner, I want to see in the season. We don't get that enough from him. We don't get that enough from anyone. I want to see more of that because I think we should have what it takes to shoot from outside the box and create chances that way if we can't penetrate ourselves into the box. So I would love to see more of that. Mason Mount's proven he's got it in his locker. I'd love to see it more. So that's fantastic. But we've won. Happy days. And overall, fair play. In terms of the kit, I have to show you this because we all had a little bit of reservation towards this kit. But yesterday, seeing it in action, that does look good. It does look good. It does. And I'm not going to lie. I'm considering getting one. It looks clean. It looks clean. I definitely prefer this compared to last season's kit. Absolutely. Some of the lads that I want to mention, because we've heard Kennedy had a decent game. Fair enough. Conor Gallagher, decent feature. Brilliant. Good to hear. Ampadu, in terms of his work in defence. Obviously, Ampadu, personally, I'd love to see how he can do in a DM role because that is the role we do need in this team. If we weren't to get a Declan Rice, we might have to turn to an Ampadu. So I do want to see Ampadu in that role. I think in the next 2 preseason games, we might possibly see that. But overall, very good game. And some of the usual suspects, a lot of people criticising Hudson-Odoi, saying that he didn't really contribute anything. But again, you got to take everything with a pinch of salt. The praises and the criticisms, take everything with a pinch of salt. It's pre-season. This is their first game back. You got to give them the chance. You got to give them time. And that goes for everybody. So, yeah, we'll wait and see what happens going into the next game, which I believe is against Charlotte. We play in Charlotte, and then we go to Orlando to play against Arsenal. That's going to be the tasty one. I can't wait for that one. The Florida Cup. I'm not fussed about the Florida Cup. I just want to paste Arsenal. But anyway, we'll see what happens. Let's move into the transfers to close the video. So, latest on Kimpembe. Here it is. Chelsea and PSG are in direct talks for Presnel Kimpembe's deal. Initial request around 60 to 65 million euros, but Chelsea are prepared to submit a 45 to 50 million euro proposal. Work in progress. PSG consider Kimpembe part of the project, but he can leave in case of a good proposal. I do think we'll come to an agreement. The figures are not too far off. It's a matter of 10 million euros. I think Chelsea and PSG, 2 clubs with money, will be able to get a deal done in between 10 million euros. Surely, So I think it will happen. But Ben Jacobs gives us more information. So let's get right into it. Ben Jacobs says Chelsea will have more Presnel Kimpembe and Kounde talks next week. Personal terms not a guarantee with Kimpembe, who is settled in Paris. Galtier, the new PSG manager, also has told Kimpembe, it's his decision even if a fee is agreed. CFC currently view PSG's £50 million price tag as too high. Big week ahead of negotiations for Chelsea to understand whether Kimpembe can be got at closer to market value and realistic chance of a deal. Told Kimpembe is intrigued by a Chelsea move, more so than Juventus, but Gaultier has made it clear he's not surplus to requirements at PSG. Jules Kounde transfer all depends on Sevilla, who are hoping for a bidding war. Chelsea have actually never walked away, but also reluctant to play the £69 million release clause or close. Barcelona and others circling too. Chelsea's last trip to Seville didn't provide a breakthrough. Kounde's camp frustrated his future is still unclear and want it resolved before the month is out. Thomas Tuchel does really want Kounde, but it's arguably a more complicated negotiation now than when the window opened due to increased interest. Further clarity expected this week. See, this goes back to maybe why we've moved a little too slow on this one. Because we had the chance. Before Barca had any interest, before anything, I feel like even when Marina was here, we could have closed this deal. We really could have, and we chose not to. Clearly, Tuchel wants Kounde. I personally thought that it was a club project and it was Marina who wanted him, and Tuchel's not really fast. But clearly, Tuchel wants him. But now there's interest, and I can understand why we're not very keen on paying £69 million the release clause, and we want to bring it down. I get that and I understand it, but now there's competition, and this is probably why it's been dragging on for this long. So we'll wait and see where this goes. Although it seems like Kounde's keen, we're gonna have to try and play a blinder here, and I think we should have leverage, because my goodness, can Barcelona afford Kounde as well? They got all these men and they're getting Kounde on top of that. You know, are they gonna, and then they're gonna take Alonso too? Yeah, Aspi, that takes money, you know. They spent quite a lot. I don't know. Can they afford all this? I find it baffling that they can. This is what's scary. Where the hell are they getting this money from? I honestly, I would not be surprised if they ended up bankrupt in 2 seasons, you know. I honestly look at Bayern Munich and I think maybe what they said was right. But they're in the mix. You have to respect it. They're in the mix and they want Kounde. We have to compete. So we'll wait and see. But Kimpembe, yeah, we'll see where that goes. Personally, I think Kimpembe will happen. I think that fee that Chelsea and PSG have to agree will end up being agreed, surely. You know, and then again, I've said surely on this channel many times and things have gone left. So we'll just say we'll see. Now, Levi Colwill and his camp have a feeling towards everything that I've just mentioned. So let's see what exactly needs to be said here. Levi Colwill and his camp exploring options with many proposals on the table as reported 3 days ago. The plan has not changed. He could leave Chelsea in case 2 centre-backs arrive after Koulibaly as expected. Chelsea still working on Kimpembe and Kounde. See, this is slightly different, yeah, because at first it was possibly Nathan Ake, someone who is left-sided. I understand that's direct competition for Levi Colwill, right? We're getting a Kimpembe who is a left centre-back, Nathan Ake on top of that. You don't expect Levi Colwill to just try and compete with those two. I can understand maybe why he would have frustration. But if we're getting Kounde, who's a right centre-back, and we're getting Kimpembe, who's a left centre-back, well, what's stopping you? You know? So I can understand if he's assessing his options. Let's wait and see what happens, because he's still got to talk with Thomas Tuchel. He's still got to do all of that. It's nothing's decided, nothing's done. There's a chance he might stay, there's a chance he might go. We're just going to have to wait and see how this one goes. But I would like to hope that Levi Colwill can think quite long-term with this and maybe give it one more season to see exactly where he stands, or whether he can actually prove Thomas Tuchel that he can break into the squad and he can break into the team. He has to prove himself. It's not going to be a case of 2 preseason games are going to tell Thomas Tuchel everything he needs to know. Sometimes you've got to give yourself a chance. So I'm hoping that for the season, he sticks around, right? And the interest will always be there. It's Levi Colwill. He's a talented footballer. There's Premier League clubs interested. There's clubs, scouting and all sorts for Levi Colwill. Those clubs will be back next summer, if anything. 100%. It's Levi Colwill when he's going to be 20 years old. There's going to be people hanging around like vultures for this guy. If he can't break into the team, definitely people would still be about to try and snoop him from Chelsea. So I reckon he should give it a chance for 1 season, even if it means he's a squad player. But you have time to prove yourself to Thomas Tuchel at that point, and who knows where that might lead to you. So yeah, that's my thoughts on it. Anyway, that's just my opinion. Let me know your thoughts on it. I'd love to hear it down below. And there we are, people. I hope you've enjoyed this. Let me know your thoughts on yesterday's preseason game. Let me know your thoughts on Kimpembe, Kounde, and Levi Colwill. Everything that you have to say in the comment section. I will take a look and have a read, and much appreciated. Thank you all so much, and I'll see all of you tomorrow. Thank you for watching. Hit the subscribe button if you are new. Hit the notification bell to be notified once I've uploaded. Smash like button if you've enjoyed this. And I'll see you tomorrow, people. Have a good one. See you then. Take care. And peace.